about all things metal. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. I know I am. Um, it's rather interesting here. My son was with me, and I had to tell him I had to go because I had to be on here. But I was hoping that maybe he might want to come on, but I guess he's getting a little camera shy, so it's all good. Let me hurry and make sure I have all my messages on there, just in case whoever comes on comes on. Right now, we are going to talk about. Now, this isn't quite to deal with just metal itself. It's just the evolution of metal itself and the 20 songs that changed everything. Things that, songs that are monumental throughout the history from the very beginning down to some of the bands that have started changing things even now and probably going forward even after this. So, yeah, well, shoot, I hate when that happens. Got too many things going on. Anyway, I thought I would share that with you guys tonight. So I thought, why not get going on that? But before I do, um, so Lamb of God has got a tour coming out. I'm not sure if they sold out all their tickets, but check it out. Make sure if you haven't, try to do so right now. Also, The Violent Hour is another band, and I've listed a couple other bands too as well that are on tour or will be going on tour after a while. I listed Denver, Colorado Springs shows, and I think a couple throughout the United States, just as dates and times and stuff like that, or not times, but just days that they might be appearing. And check that out. It's under the community posts, so that way people know. I figured if I can try to get some of those out there, I will. If I actually, remember to do it. I want to make sure people know, so that way if they want to go see something and they just didn't know, there you go. Um, anyway, I thought there was one other one. Oh, and Megadeth, from what I know, is they're going to have another tour. I'm just not sure when that's going to happen. I know the albums are going to be released in January, so check that out if you haven't gotten one. I'm not sure if they got any EPs left available. They might have some, but you don't know. I know their special one that they did for like $250. That was kind of a really interesting, intricate um, album where they actually spun it a certain way to where it make each one of the records totally different from each other. And I think they might be numbered, but I'm not sure. Um, and maybe signed by the band. I would hope so for that price. But anyway, I figured I'd share that with you guys. So you may not get those unless you want to spend even more money than what they originally were, which in a way I think I should have, because it might have been worth some money later on. Who knows? But I did get mine. I actually got the Ash and Fire. I think is it, or Smoke and Ash. I think is what it's considered called. It's called, like it's like a black and a white type LP cover on it. I'll have to show you guys when I get it. Anyway, to start off, our songs that revolutionized or the basically changed the basic way we hear music today and kind of formed metal that what we listen to today. Bands that have really influenced a lot of people over the years. And this is not all just metal music. This is actually some rock and roll in there as well. But they definitely made a very big impact in that. And and there's one I don't think's on the list, but I definitely know that they did, and that's the Beatles. With Paul McCartney and all those guys, I think they did a phenomenal job. And I think even some other music from the '80s definitely impacted some of that early '80s, early '70s. That's probably not on the list, but it's just a few that may have made some changes, or added to the whole, how I say, entourage of music, because a lot of the bands out there usually listen to other bands, of course, when they first started off, and they probably got inspired by them to do what they do now too. So it'd be kind of interesting. Hello, how's it going? Is it Respect Talk? Nope, it's not. It's, what was it? Jim, Jimbo, Jimbly. I can't read that one. I'm sorry, but I can see Jim pretty easily, so I'll do that. Number, how are you doing tonight? I am doing good. Just talking about songs. So number 20 is Korn's Blind. This drop this dropped tune, heavy bass explosion launched a new metal era and radio changed heavy radio forever, which I can agree with that because Korn has definitely revolutionized quite a bit over the years, I think. And here's another one for you. Now, this is some people may not know them as well, and there's going to be a few that you might not know, but you might know. It's hard to say. It depends on who you are. Number 19 is Meshuggah. Future Breed Machine is the name of the song. The track is was that introduced the world to the polyrhythmic mechanical precision that would eventually birth Degent, I think is how you say it, Degent. Jeent is how you spell it, just in case you're wondering. Number 18 is Pantera's Walk. This song, this song killed the glam era and solidified the groove metal sound that pure rhythmic with pure rhythmic aggression, which is really cool. I like that. Here's another one. This is one of my all-time favorites. Is number 17, Death Pull the Plug. Chuck Schindler's masterpiece that helped transition death metal from a messy underground noise to a technical art form, which I think so. I think it does because it's really cool and really awesome sound, I think. Number 16 is Napalm Death. Scum is the name of the song. The blink and you miss it explosion that defines grindcore, providing how fast music could humanly be, which is cool because I love speed and fast music. So I don't know if I've heard that one. I've heard some of the Napalm Death stuff, but I don't know if Scum is one. I might have heard it, but I just didn't know the name of the song. It's hard saying. Here's number 15, Halloween. Eagle Fly Free is the name of the song. The absolute blueprint of European power metal, combining speed, melody, and soaring high vocals. And he definitely has that. I'm not a super fan of Halloween. I like the name of the band, but some of their stuff isn't bad. It's just I think it's like King Diamond. It depends on what kind of singer or singing that you like. I think our Death Angels kind of like that, but they're not quite that high. They're kind of in between. They're kind of a little bit more of a heavier groove sound, but they still have some kind of high notes in there with that. Now this is another one. Number 14 is Metallica from Battery. Well, everyone knows Puppets. This opener provides the acoustic intros that could lead into the highest thrash riffing ever recorded, which definitely would be for sure the song that does that. Which reminds me, I just saw a clip not that long ago with I'm trying to think, Kerry King, and I think it was the singer from Death Angel, um, talking about the difference between Megadeth and Metallica, and I think they both think that James does a better job singing, and I think they're absolutely correct, because the fact that his vocal range is improved quite a bit over the years. He's not just yelling the notes; he's actually singing the notes. So there is a big difference in that. A lot of people think he sounds kind of wimpy and stuff like that, but I don't believe so. I think he actually took the time to learn how to sing instead of just kind of yelling it. I mean, because if you hear the old stuff and you hear the old stuff the way he sings it now, it's not the same. It sounds even better and it's more powerful, more impactful. It's kind of like the opera kind of thing where they have the high vocal ranges and things like that. He's not really that high, but he's got some. He's just got some great vocals, just like Flynn from Machine Head. I think he does some really good vocals, because I think if you don't have that, you don't have much of a song. Um, and that I say that all about a lot of bands, because there's one guy that Veil of Amaya. He sounds really good on the record, but when you heard him live, I think he hit his notes a little high, and they didn't sound quite as good as I'd hoped. And it was like kind of a letdown a little bit to me, but maybe he'll do better as he progresses. Because I don't think they've been around for a long time, but I could be wrong. So if anybody knows, let me know. They've been around for a little while. Number 13 is Venom. Black Metal is the name of the song. It might be messy, but this track gave an entire subgenre its name, and its satanic attitude. Number 12 is Motley Crue, Livewire. The raw energy of this track launched a glam metal explosion with the Sunset Strip merging punk speed metal and the rock looks. Okay, with the rock looks. Okay, yeah, it's interesting. Some of the Motley Crue stuff is rather interesting, like "Girls, Girls, Girls" is one of my all-time old favorites. I still think it's really got some impactful music and stuff like that. It's kind of like Red Hot Chili Peppers, kind of around that same time. They actually had the same producer for those albums, for both Motley Crue's album and also them, because I think Motley Crue had him first, and then later on Red Hot Chili Peppers kind of did that, and they got some massive major hits from that. So you have to check. I don't remember his name exactly, but he's really good at what he does because he's made some massive, impactful records over the years. So that's probably the reason why a lot of people like some of the music because of the producer, that helped them produce the album itself. I kind of like Bob Rock from with Metallica and some other ones. I think that he was actually part of Motley Crue's thing before that too, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. Number 11 is Slayer, Raining Blood, which is an all-time favorite for most Slayer fans, and even those who may not know them very well, they were actually singing that on national TV, which I think is about time. I mean, it's been how many years that Slayer's been around, and they're just now getting on national TV, which and it's just before they retired, And I thought, really, out of all the years they've been around, they should have had that a lot sooner. I really do. And they didn't change their sound for anybody, which is awesome. The darker, heavier, more evil side of thrash that pushed the boundaries of extreme metal music in 1986. So they've been around since '86, and they're just like within the last what I think 2020 is when they retired, possibly, or before that a little bit. I think it's sometime around or before COVID, because I think they retired before that. Because yeah, because I think everything happened after that. But anyway, um, number 10, and this is an all-time favorite, is Iron Maiden, The Trooper. The definitively simple of the gallop rhythms and dual guitar harmonies that became the standard for traditional metal. Which, yeah, I think I agree with that because you hear that in some other songs. I'm not sure exactly which songs, but I have heard it before. But yeah, it's one of those things that I mean that one's a really good one. How Would Be Thy Name is another one, which actually I thought Machine Head did themselves, and but then I found out later on, oh, it's actually originally Iron Maiden, which I wish I would have known that sooner because I hadn't heard that song. I mean, I've heard some of their other songs, but not that one. Anyway, number 9 is Motorhead Overkill, which is a definite one like Ace of Spades and some of the other ones that are from Lemmy's stuff. This one's Phil Taylor's double bass drumming on this track invented the engine. Wait a minute. On this track, invented the engine room that powers most of all modern metal itself, which makes sense. Overkill, that makes sense because I've heard the drumming on that, and it is really cool. So that's probably made an impact throughout history from that point on. I don't know what year that came out, but it's been around for a while. Number 8 is Judas Priest, Victim of Changes. This track is stripped away the blues influence, laid the foundation for the operatic dual guitar epic, a metal epic. I don't know if I've heard that one, but I definitely know Jesus Priest, and I know quite a few of their songs. Now this band, I'm not sure if I know, and I think they're an older band. It's called Rainbow. Number 7 is Stargazer. I don't think it's metal. I think it's more of a hard rock or rock song, the birth of epic metal, combining Dio's fantasy lyrics with orchestral ambition and heavy riffing. Maybe it is metal. Who knows? Somebody keeps popping in and out. I don't know if that's just coincidence or what, but oh, and thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry about that. Number 6 is Van Halen's um, Eruption. Eruption. I want to make sure. 2 minutes of tapping that changed guitar playing instantly. Every shredder since 1978 owes Eddie a uh, a debt of gratitude for that, which is cool. Hello, how's it going? What? You can't say that on here. Shh. Do I have to put you on timeout? How's it going? And hey, back. Let's see here. Number 5 is Deep Purple, which is definitely an all-time favorite, and this was definitely influence for Metallica itself. The guys from Metallica, James and Lars Ulrich, actually used to listen to them when they were younger, and that influenced their music quite a bit. So you have a lot to thank for Deep Purple for that. Highway Star, before thrash existed, this track introduces speed, precision, and classical influence of hard rock. And I think even Cliff Burton, he actually contributed a lot to the band before he passed away. And I still think that's part of the reason why things changed dramatically in the band. Um, because a lot of people think that was about the time that they sold out, so to speak. Um, when they people claim that. That's about the time frame. So I would assume that's probably is because and Justice for All. I think he had some input into that before that happened. I think they were working on that, but he never actually got to that point. I believe I'm not sure on that. Number 4 is Led Zeppelin, Immigrant Song, is a distant move towards a harder, darker sound with a driving, repetitive riff that screams heavy metal music. And I never thought about Led Zeppelin being heavy metal, but maybe they're right. I'm not sure if I've heard that one or not, but I definitely have heard a lot of their songs. I think I know which one it is, and if it is the one I'm thinking of, it's kind of screams that quite a bit. Number 3 is Jimi Hendrix, of course. Voodoo Child, Slight Return, the holy grail of distortion and wah pedal mastery that taught the world how to make a guitar sound huge. In other words, Jimi Hendrix has got to be the one person that got everybody in from playing guitar to playing guitar the way it sounds today when it comes to metal. Like all the different, great guitarists out there that love and hear, like John Five, and I know his name. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. He's playing for Anthrax, for Pantera right now. Um, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name, and my friend will chew me out over this for forgetting. But you know who I think I know. You know who I'm talking about. He even played for even Ozzy Osbourne in his band. God, I can't believe that. Oh, I know his name. I just can't. My brain's gone blank. But I think I know. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. If you do, let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. Number 2, Blue Cheer, Summertime Blues. This is not a metal song, but it's an old classic rock song. Summertime Blues, often cited for the first true heavy metal recording, taking a rock standard and drowning in a feedback and volume. So maybe that is the same one. Summertime Blues. I don't know that. I'm not sure if that's the same song I'm thinking of. So from Blue Cheer or not. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of got a somewhat metal sound, not super heavy. Now, this one definitely is the one out of any other band out there throughout the whole entire history that really cemented the sound of actual metal itself. And we have Mr. Ozzy Osbourne and the guys from Black Sabbath to really put that and lay that out for rest of the bands going forward. And they all, not only did they do that, but they also helped some of the bands that weren't well known become as huge as they were, because with Ozfest and everything, it became huge for them, and it helped them, people getting to know them and getting their name out there. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to do with the channel. The small bands that people don't know, that are not in the major record industry, and they're trying to do it themselves, because really, quite frankly, it's not easy to do, I'm sure. Um, and it's called Black Sabbath, from Black Sabbath is the name of the song. It's a tritone, the rain, the dune. This is the exact moment where heavy metal was truly born. And they're absolutely right. Black Sabbath has changed the way we listen to rock music completely, from that to something even darker and deeper and more emotional. I think it's almost like the opera of rock and roll, if you think about it. It's like the essence of this whole, deeper tones and deeper, louder, kind of not louder, but what I mean. It's more energetic, and but deeper energetic tones instead of the high, fast paced, just regular rock and roll songs that make a huge difference. I almost guarantee that even some of the guys from regular rock bands definitely love Black Sabbath. I wouldn't doubt it a bit. So it's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to remove that here. There we go. Anyway, um, I'm trying to think of something else. Oh, here we go. I'll tell you some tour dates here if you would like to know. Apparently, and this is one of the bands that are on the list, Iron Maiden, Run for Your Lives World Tour. Right now, I guess they're doing through London, Paris, Berlin, New York, Mexico City, late 2005 to the summer of 2026. Hailstorm, oh, Hailstorm and the Ravage Age, I guess, is the people that are supporting them. The 50 years of Iron Maiden, oh, classic set list only. Okay, that's kind of cool. Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine is a poisoned and something tour. I don't know. Anyway, North American, European arenas were in the winter of 2025. In August Burns Red is going to be with them. Dream Theater's 40th anniversary tour. North American major markets, I guess. No, North American major markets. I'm not sure. I guess that means just North American cities is what it means. October to December 2025, which it looks like it's almost over with. TBD is going to be supporting them or opening for them. It's the reunion of Mike Portnoy, 40th anniversary. Oh, there you go. Gojira is going to be on tour, the Global Link Tour, U.S. and Canada, fall of 2025. Spirit Box and Lauren Shore is going to be there with them, opening, promoting the new album cycle. I guess that's a new album. The Bay Area Strikes Back, Leg 3, U.S. West Coast and Japan, November 2025, through Testament, Exodus, Death Angel, which I definitely love. That's interesting. Legendary thrash metal bands. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, hopefully that kind of sums up what's happening in the metal world, and maybe some other songs out there that you might not have heard. Hey, what's up? Sorry. How are you doing? Was it MB? I'm not sure. Back slip on top. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that, to be honest. I'm sorry. Oh, I got my 1 and 2 on here. Okay. Well, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the channel and some of the stuff that's coming up here soon. I also put a message out for people to see what might be coming up, so that way you know. Why not, right? So I hope you guys have a wonderful night, because like I will definitely, hopefully, have that tonight. And I will talk to you guys all later. Don't you forget to like and subscribe to the channel, or headbang, like and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me. Thanks so much for your support. I'm hoping that we get the 500 down, and then we can say, okay, now we've got a true voice of metal channel where people that watch will be helping us promote the channel. Basically, the more people we have, more likely they're going to, the metal artists, hopefully, or artists themselves, will say, hey, we got something serious here. We want you to be on here to interview with us, because we would love to have you on here. Because without the artists themselves, you know what I mean, things aren't going to be the same. And we can talk to them about getting to know them a little better as not only as the metal artists and or musicians, of metal or even rock, um, to make their their careers even bigger and bolder with the smaller bands. I mean, I love to have a big band on here, but I definitely want to have a smaller band, because I think that says a lot. Because I think the smaller bands need a lot of help, and the big bands don't need as much help, but they probably do. But I figured if I could get at least a couple of small bands. So if you know any, if you're in one, let me know. I would love to have them on, or just somebody that's in a band, singer, guitarist, whatever. If you got one coming up, if you're wanting to get your name out there, I've got almost 500 people that actually watch my channel, at least close to it or more, probably more than that. But I mean, subscribed. I mean, I've got a lot of people that, some people just check out the channel, but it's free to, it's free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, so why not? So please do so now. I appreciate it, and everybody else does too. Look at that, we got 5 people watching. That's 5 more people, right? Get us closer to the 500. We're almost there. We're only like what, 6 or 7 away, I think, from 500. So why not join up? Be one of those 500 people, and make it happen. Make it happen for the channel, and see how far we grow. It'd be awesome. I would love to have you guys on here. Thanks for watching. Take care. You guys have a wonderful night. You guys got anything to say before I do? Take care. Have a good night, people. Bye.